have to pull $1 million less dollars out of your budget. Sure. One more million.
Okay.
Oh, I'm ready to get my coffee. You got it. Sorry, guys.
It's quiet.
Okay, it is 7 o'clock. 7:04. Regular meeting. Thanks everybody for being here. It's our regular and last meeting of the year. You like that?
No.
So Tracy could show up on the
Tracy will be
24th
next meeting by herself.
for a meeting.
All by myself.
All by yourself on the 20th on Christmas Eve. Okay, roll call please.
Michael Hillman.
Here.
Scott Pennell.
Here.
Tracy Stokes.
Here.
Al Bolin.
Here.
Mike Buick.
Here.
John Curtis. Jason Siegel.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. We have an agenda in front of us. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the agenda for the December 10th, 2018 meeting.
Do I have a second? Discussion? I will have one discussion when we get down to our resolutions, a public hearing. We will go with A first, then we'll go with C second for approval, and then we'll come back to B. We have to approve the budget, for the mill levy before we approve. Budget first, then the mill levy. Any other comments?
I think the police chief has an amendment.
I have an amendment.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to amend my report with one request for action involving the disposal of a vehicle.
Did you give us something for that request?
I did. I emailed
By
it.
mail.
That one, okay.
I happen to have it. Actually, I have a copy.
Yes, I would like that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's your responsibility to tell me that.
Okay.
Anything else? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We'll move. Do we have anybody that feels they have a conflict of interest with our meeting tonight? Hearing none, we'll move to the minutes. Everybody read the minutes?
I think Tracy had a conflict that this was going to be the last meeting. Should we document that?
Move to approve the minutes from November 26, 2018.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion.
I believe there was just one small typo under the public hearing. Okay, cool.
We've already done, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. We'll move to the bills. Do I have a motion? Okay, we're not gonna pay the bills, so we'll move on.
I'll move to approve the bills for December 2018.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion's on the table.
Page 1, the very last one, it says retainage billing for Colorado Boulevard construction.
That's part of the contract, is we retain a portion of it until the
Okay.
construction.
Page 2, Broomfield Sign Company, rush shipping for this roundabout sign. Well, do we need to do rush shipping on that? What was the story on that?
It was actually not for the roundabout sign, it was for the dedication plaque for...
It was for the plaque on the bridge. Okay. I think that was it. Oh wait. Oh, Page 9, space heaters, like, looks like for admin, is that for here?
Mhm.
And that's, like, we don't have any issues with like, or anything like that.
Well, the one I had,
I'm sure you're keeping an eye on that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Same page, 9, JPA, about the second line down from the bottom.
They reviewed the Stanley Road project, not Stanley Road, but Stanley Mine project. They proposed putting in a sewer siphon to connect to the city sewer.
Okay.
And we had JA review their engineering of
By
that.
the city, so I'm not sure.
Why are we paying for it then?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
This should be paid by the Stanley Mine
Yeah.
project people.
Yeah, I don't understand why we're paying for those.
I think it was kind of due diligence on our part from what I took from it was they wanted to connect to our sewer, this is what their engineers came up with. So we sent it to JVA to say, you know, I know John had some pushback on it.
Right.
Thinking it wasn't a very good idea, and JVA just kind of confirmed that they don't think,
So this was
That's
kind of
the way to
us
do it.
doing our due diligence.
saying, we don't think this is the way this needs to be installed, and
Okay.
they kind of backed it up.
Okay.
Good question, Jason.
Page 12, a couple of items. There's the first one, traffic control signals for $1,700.
that was for, when, the devolution took place of Colorado Boulevard, we adopted all of the school signals from CDOT. They now belong to us.
of course.
So, in addition to that 17,
Like the 20-mile-per-hour speed limit signs and stuff.
all the
Okay,
flashing
okay.
signs, none of those are consistent, none of them have the same parts in them. So CDOT, of course, has multiple laptops and components, and we don't.
I see.
So that $1,700,
Cool.
That's a little detail we didn't think about.
Right? Same page 12, second up from the bottom, USDA Forest Service, Special Uke Chicago Creek Water. What would that be for? Anybody?
Where you at, page 12?
Page 12, USDA Forest Service, second up from the bottom. Special use at Chicago Creek.
Permits for lines going across Forest Service property, John?
But it should say 19.
Alright. Do I have a second?
Second.
The westbound peak period shoulder lane. So from this point forward, we're bound by that quasi judicial. And,
Cool.
or they can call CDOT about it. CDOT can talk
CDOT,
about it.
okay.
The county is having theirs next January 22nd. I don't know when they're gonna adopt the date, so they'll be in the same position as they're
So does CDOT, like, you know, like when they were here and they were doing the bridges and stuff, they had like a phone line, you know, like a helpline that you could call. Do they have something for this?
Oh, yeah.
Specific?
Oh, are you talking about when the project starts, or right now to ask?
Or like right now for people to ask questions? They don't have that yet.
No, they don't have any open line for,
Not that I'm aware of.
yeah, I'm not, we've been doing this, we've never heard them say that.
If that comes online pretty soon, can we just post something on our website and maybe Facebook or something? Just
About the public meeting?
yeah,
Yeah.
Just
well,
information.
yeah, and just, you know.
Well, it'll be noticed in the paper, it'll be just like any public hearing.
And John, this is on our website, right?
It
City
will be
website.
tomorrow morning, I just need to finish it up, but I'll have it logged by 10.
Perfect.
We're not to discuss this after the project starts too, or is this just
After the hearing, after the 10:41 hearing,
after the?
then we can talk about it.
Then we.
Yeah, just until then. We could talk about it until, once we receive that application, that's when we have it back on. It's kind of like after this public meeting with the Pine Slope project, we can talk about it, but once they give a formal,
Hearing, submit the.
They can talk. They got to talk to the hand after that.
right, something like that.
Development
So,
package.
so along with that, I know we're kind of getting, we'll talk about that in our mayor and council. All right. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have a 10:41 hearing scheduled.
Cool.
All right, we'll move on down to the resolutions. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve resolution number 19, series 2018, a resolution adopting a compensation plan for employees and officers of the city.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Michael Hillman.
Yes.
Jeff Now.
Yes.
Susie Stokes.
Yes.
Bob Boland.
Yes.
Mike Buick.
Yes.
John Curtis, Jason Segel.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna move down to C. And we will come out of our meeting, enter into a public hearing. This hearing will come to order. This here is a public hearing for the City Council of the City of Idaho Springs to take testimony on the adoption of the budget for the City of Idaho Springs, Colorado, for the calendar year beginning on January 1, 2019, and ending December 1st, 2019. The order of this hearing will go as follows. First we'll have staff comment, then we'll have public comment. The hearing is now declared open. It is 7:17. City Administrator?
Mayor and Council, you have the budget before you. It's been a,
I think I ended up with Mike's copy or something.
You probably cleared it all.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
been a long process over the months, but we've had a final budget before you.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you feel about it?
Feel good?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you feel about it?
11.
A 9.
9. That's
Nine?
pretty
There's
good.
always room for improvement.
That's I like that. That's right.
Hey, being honest.
He's being honest. He's being realistic.
Did anybody have any questions on the budget? We tried to accommodate most of them, so I think we're gonna make most of the departments pretty happy this year again. We did give all employees 4% increase in their pay. Did we give that guy some too?
Which one?
Did we give him a little bit?
He's a volunteer, isn't he?
John, you've been doing an excellent job.
Yes, I
John, we're
concur.
glad we got you on here at the city, so. You will get yours too. Council doesn't get anything.
That's all right. They're doing all the work.
Okay, any more questions? Roll call. Oh,
Did you say,
wait a minute, wait a
ask
minute.
if there was public comment?
I gotta come out of the hearing.
Public comment.
Public comment? Paper, you wanna say anything? All right. This hearing is now closed. It is 7:19. All right, council discussion. Have anything in the budget that you're not familiar with or want some clarification? We're here to discuss.
Very happy to see the robust, the promotion is growing some.
Diane gave us, if you didn't know, gave us a sales tax report.
Yeah.
I was just coming in and talking to Sandy. Did you get a chance to
Yes.
discuss that?
Yeah.
Let Andy, because the way it's looking now is we didn't get enough revenue to cover our budget.
Right.
But there's a reason for it.
We budgeted this year some of the sales tax for streets that has accumulated for projects. Now, as you know, most of those projects haven't gotten too far this year, but we're underway and they'll be started next year. So that's the reason we budgeted some of that accumulated 1% sales tax that hasn't been used over the last several years since the tax started, and budgeted for some of these street projects that are going to start before we have the bonds. So that's the reason for the higher revenue.
In this year,
Yeah.
especially with steel construction going on early on, and so.
So
One of the
for the
structural-
2019 budget, what kind of sales tax numbers are you basing that on
It's
in regards to this?
3,063,000, right? Of our revenues from sales tax? Are you just talking about sales
Just
tax?
like a
or
percentage
somewhere?
from, you know, like a percentage, are you basing it on?
5%.
5%, okay,
5%.
okay.
Yeah, for the purpose of generating the budget,
Okay, cool.
approximately.
So 5% over
Yeah.
the previous year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Which is, I think, a reasonable number. from what we-
So I have a question on the first page on the gen. Cause it said current year budget, 910,000, but actual is 0.
So when we actually adopt the Excel does it for the actual year budget, that's the year-to-date spending. So that's just the way Casella is structured for the budget.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, that makes sense.
And you can see, but since before, just as a reminder, we did create a new fund this year.
Right, this.
So we broke out the 1% tax for streets, sales tax for streets, that's now a separate fund, it's a 23 fund.
And then we have our bond.
All bond money is there, all the accumulated street tax is there as well. So that'll be tracked as a separate fund. And all the projects that were, street projects that were in the improvement fund, all lumped together, are now broken out into that separate fund for streets.
So on page 3, 1024-4203, under administration, health insurance. So I see that we had 27,000 budgeted, but we spent 34,818. Do you think the projection for 2019 is where it needs to be based on that increase? Do you think it's going to be another incremental increase?
Page 3, you said?
That is correct. 1020-4203.
So for 19, we're budgeted 41.4.
Do you think that's realistic based on what happened this year?
And Chief, did you get the additions that you, for the SWAT team that you had asked for after the fact? Or those, did you get
The
those?
rifles and the PPE are in there.
Okay, that's in capital.
That's in, improvement.
Improvement.
Yeah, capital, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, council, any more questions?
Very briefly, back to community promotions, that seems to be my favorite subject. That our year-to-date actual is
Page
really, on page 5, and 5430. And year-to-date actual, we still have 18 carryover, the way I'm reading that, and which is great, I'm glad to see that.
Wait, what?
Okay.
18 carryover?
We budgeted for 100,000, we actual year to date is 82. So all I'm saying is that we did not spend that entire budget, but we're still increasing.
I thought we had exhausted that community promotions budget.
Well, that has everything in it. Tree lighting.
Oh, that's
Right, but it's
top.
saying we still have
Yeah.
3,800 bucks.
Well, I guess what I'm thinking, there are really no more expenses unless maybe there's no
We do have
substanding.
one more payment to the visitor center that
Oh,
just came in.
okay.
Quarterly payment.
Yeah, so that will be
And
reduced.
this
Probably
also
and
includes
pretty
this is what we have left over for the holiday party. That's part-
Actually, Mayor, that's in employee incentive.
Oh, that's
broken out into
incentives.
the departments, yeah.
Question.
I was gonna say, how big is this party going to be? Okay. Okay, just a comment, I have no particular opinion on it. I just think
And
it's
with
very
the
important.
4th of July, we came in under budget, but then we bumped up the budget for next year by 1,000.
I think that was reflecting each year the contract cost goes up.
Oh,
Do we still like
So-
fireworks on 4th of July, or do we
when
want to start
would we
looking?
need to tell them?
Probably pretty quick.
Yeah.
If we decide to change it. Why don't we check into that right after the first of the year, Andy?
Okay.
Just for curiosity, if we
A
just
what
planned
a
on it.
what if,
What if we
And I
decided
think-
to do it on that day only, what would it cost?
okay.
And I think that while everybody really enjoyed it on the tree lighting, and I thought it was really cool, it was a fantastic experience. Having fireworks on the 4th of July is probably gonna be more beneficial for the town sales tax wise.
I don't think it benefits the sales tax in our
You don't
community.
think so?
I think
Those
we've got a
people-
better chance of doing that,
But
promoting
people,
an
but on 4th of
event.
July, when we have fireworks, people are camped out like literally all day, and they're going in and out of the businesses.
I remember us doing that, Mike?
Yeah.
But-
Get a
Yeah.
prime spot, man.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, and this is just for discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, 4th of July is definitely the best day to do
Yeah.
it.
But it wouldn't be the end of the world to have it pushed back again, because a number of people had said it would make it unique for us,
Yeah.
having that opportunity.
Yeah.
And
I
it
agree
really
with
During the
that.
nice
tree
and
lighting, in terms
advertising
of
for
bringing
small
people,
business
bringing people,
Saturday.
yeah, all of it
You know,
together,
a time
might
that
really
we're
work for the merchants.
normally slower.
I think it's a great idea.
So
I mean, if
let's
we could
find out.
Figure it out.
We might be able to do 2 days for the cost of one.
Or just a bigger display.
Doing one on Memorial Day or something and doing the other on the Christmas tree lighting.
Yeah.
you know, kick off the summer on Memorial Day. That is right, Memorial Day is
Why don't
Friday.
you call them, or have somebody call them and find out when we
Dynamite.
need to let them know, like 100%.
Okay, we'll take care of that.
It's
Okay.
definitely worth discussing
Yeah.
in detail, for sure.
Yeah. We have this budget for 2019. Good job, department heads and staff. I really appreciate that. All the input. Makes it easy on us to
I think
get it together.
Scott did a motion.
On that
and,
resolution,
Jason did the
who
second.
moved and who second?
Scott and Jason, I believe.
His name is Scott Casey.
Yes, yeah, that was, yeah,
Thanks.
that's it.
All right. Let's move down to, we're gonna go back up. Okay, B. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve resolution number 20, series 2018, a resolution levying general property taxes for the year 2018 to help defray the costs of government for the city of Idaho Springs, Colorado for the 2019 budget year.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Michael Holman?
Yes.
Scott Canal?
Yes.
Lisa Stokes?
Yes.
Bob Bowman?
Yes.
Mike Buick?
Yes.
John Curtis, Jason Siegel.
Yes.
All right, now we have not only a budget, but we have some other monies. And we'll move down to city administrator.
Mayor and council, you have my report before you, with no request for action. Mayor, I thought you might want to highlight the first item there on the updates.
Yes. The first one,
Under
September request, April, November activity report. I don't know what you're talking about.
Under my
Only
report.
staff report.
What is that
Staff
for?
So we did,
I think he's pulling your leg there, Andy.
You got me, look at the secret.
he and I and John went to Burlington to do a presentation about our, we received $1 million grant.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
That's
Great.
cool.
Home run.
Really helps our project to move along. And I feel really good about when we do our second project down there that we'll be able to potentially get another $1 million to help us complete that.
Cool.
Those two projects down there, so, it's very gratifying. We haven't talked with Clay to see if we figure we either order number one or number two, projects that were worthwhile.
Cool.
So we'll get a breakdown of how they, distributed that money, what, projects got funded, how much. Sometimes when you do that, say we got $1 million, sometimes we only get partial funding. So we're very fortunate to be partners with DOLA and being able to continue to get these grants to help us improve our city and
Yeah.
our infrastructure, so that's great.
Fantastic.
Got anything else to highlight, Andy?
I think that's it.
That's it? Let me see if there's anything else on that list.
That's a big item.
How did the meeting about Wall Street go?
It went really well. Great discussion.
Cool.
We had some participation from Kim Steele. She works up in the GIS and mapping up in the county. She brought some stuff for us.
Cool.
So we had, what, 8, 9 of the residents. We had a pretty good turnout.
Cool.
Very understanding.
Good.
Talked about how we would work through this. Andy's come up with an idea. We've been discussing how to make this maybe a little bit easier and a little less impact on the residents' pocketbook as we move this forward. So we'll put
It was what I
implement
would
that.
call a thoughtful meeting. It was very smooth and.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody was,
Good.
it was much better than what I'm expecting from the Pine Slope meeting. So,
Yeah.
okay. We saw safe build activities, City Clerk.
Mayor and council, I just have my staff report with no request for action.
All right, Diane, does anybody have any questions for her?
Nope.
All right, thanks, Diane. Chief?
Mayor and council, I'll refer you to my report. Just a couple of updates that have happened since I've written this. They've started the sprinkler pipeline installation on Minor. We had a couple of hiccups with the barricade company, but we came out and took that. We posted the no parking sign Saturday morning, and the construction didn't start till this morning.
Right.
So we stored those, and then last night I came out and placed them all. Spoke with the contractor. They ran into some hiccups in that there's much more asphalt there than they thought, so it kind of slowed. You know, best case scenario, that we're gonna be done by tomorrow. I'm not sure at this point.
Do you have any concerns about that, John?
No, actually, they probably won't get it paved until Wednesday.
Okay.
so.
But you don't think they'll have any problems completing the project without any, you know, damages to the?
No,
Who
they
inspects that
should.
connection?
We do.
We do our own inspection on it? And do we need to worry about any compaction or anything when they?
They have already been told that we will be testing.
Something goes wrong.
Right, okay.
So the request for action I have is, which was major work, literally on both sides of the truck, the only thing keeping the officer's feet in the vehicle was the rubber matting. The floor's gone. We've since learned that the couplings, yeah, to the transmission are gone. I mean, they're gone, so that linkage is just hanging there. At this point, we don't think it's worth repairing. It's just too expensive. The vehicle's in 2015, which means it was manufactured in 2014. It served the city well, and it served Silverthorne well before we got it. What I would like to do is request council's permission to Transpect. They're gonna wind up using it for training,
Yeah.
cutting it up.
So the 2005 Chevy Tahoe to the Clear Creek Fire Authority.
Do I have a second? We got a motion and a second. We got Jason and Scott. Discussion. Roll call.
Michael Helen.
Yes.
Scott Pennell.
Yes.
Chrissy Stokes.
Yes.
Bob Boland.
Yes.
Mike Buick.
Yes.
John Curtis.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Get rid of that thing, chief.
Thank you.
Public Works?
Mayor and council, I refer to my staff report, I do have one request for action, that was discussed, some larger mower. And actually to replace the smaller mower
I got
that
stolen.
was taken away,
You don't remember that?
Yeah.
With the trailer?
that Chris hasn't recovered yet.
Hadn't been recovered yet. All right, do I have a motion? Thanks, John. Motion?
I'll move to approve $14,995 to Four Seasons Outdoor Equipment Company for John Deere mowers from line item 2100-6025.
Do I have a second? Motion and second. Discussion. Roll call.
Michael Helen.
Yes.
Scott Pennell.
Yes.
Chrissy Stokes.
Yes.
Bob Boland.
Yes.
Mike Buick.
Yes.
John Curtis. Jason Segel.
Yes.
All right, Dan, you're up.
Mayor and council, I'll refer you to my staff report with no request for action.
All right, this last week, Andy may have put it, I didn't see it in there. Did you put in there that we met with Fisher?
I didn't, we did have
I
a
didn't put it
first,
on the continuation of our,
Design.
the design. This will go into a CMAR, program, and, met, his name's Bart Fisher. Very nice, seemed like he knew what he was doing. Very excited to be working with us, so I'm excited about having him. And I actually was down at the cement plant today, and I met, I want to say his name was
Leo.
Leo.
Yep.
I met Leo.
Yep.
Yeah, he saw
No.
No. I'm sorry?
appraisal of that aggregate site's taking place tomorrow.
No.
The equipment. Okay.
Did we, skip the chief's regular staff report, and then we talked about his request that he added? Was there anything you wanted to highlight on your regular staff
Do you have
report?
any questions?
No, I think we just talked about this, I don't know if we talked about this at all. Okay.
No, not unless anyone wants to discuss something on there.
All right, we'll get down, holiday party is on the 20th. Andy will send out to each department what we would like for the department to bring to the party. And, Jason cannot have, desserts.
I'm not allowed to bring desserts, or I'm not allowed to have desserts?
It's already assigned.
I need to know.
No brownies.
Council, we'll talk amongst council for things for us to bring. And I'll be doing the prime rib, and we'll be holding it at the wildfire.
Cool.
The public meeting for Pine Slope, again, just to reiterate on that, will be coming up on the 13th. I think that everybody should be here. This is going to be a big turnout. This is going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be controversial. A lot of information for the developers to give out, and you should all be here to hear what's going on.
What time?
I have
5:30 to 7.
5:30 to 7.
all my various years on city.
Of them.
Yeah.
And we've heard from a couple of them,
Yeah.
and Alan's heard from a few of them. And of course, I got stopped in the grocery store and missed half the football game yesterday.
And as a reminder, this is a pre-application meeting. It's part of our process where the project this size is required to provide a community forum to get community input and try to integrate the comments, take it into account when they actually do their formal submittal. So that formal development plan has not been submitted yet. This is a chance to truly, the intent is to hear from the community and try to address concerns.
Will they have to do a 1041 hearing, or is that just for roads and stuff?
The 1041 on
For the development?
No, that's government's.
For codes, is that under an NDA or anything like that? I mean,
Not at this point.
Okay.
Not until the development plan is actually submitted.
Okay.
At that point, then yes.
Okay.
We should
We
have
can
to
talk, but we have to be very careful what we say.
Okay.
We don't
Yeah, that's
ever
true.
want to insinuate or make a comment that already
Right.
makes us look like that we already have a biased opinion on the project.
Yeah, that we
Well,
support
whenever,
the project.
yeah,
No,
you
no.
You gotta be
know,
really
I always
careful.
just tell people, I mean, when it's a situation like this and there is a
Hey, I
public
don't
hearing,
know, I can't
if
talk
there
about
is
it.
a public meeting already scheduled, I'm like, come to the meeting.
Come to the
If you want
meeting,
answers, come to
yeah, I'm
the meeting.
hearing it just at the same
Yeah.
time you're hearing it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly, so.
Andy and I attended Pearl Harbor Day, we do it every year on the bridge down here. It was cold.
pretty cold.
It wasn't as bad as last year, the year before.
And John was there and Chief was there.
Yeah, so decent turnout, so that's always good to recognize that day. Also, the lights on the parking lot over here where the residents are parking, they were ordered today. I'm expecting them to be here by Thursday or Friday.
Wait, what are we talking?
We're gonna put lights in the lumberyard parking lot because folks.
Oh,
It's
okay,
really hard.
yep.
Solar
Cool.
power.
Ordered them today.
Perfect.
I heard 2-day delivery, and then if y'all can get John to move any faster about getting those poles in, then we'll have them up as soon as possible.
I can't now, I have to move the door cart.
Hey, you heard my opinion on that.
All right, I can't think of anything else, council?
Mayor, I would just like to thank you and council for the extra holiday this year. Christmas Eve, last year when we were considering holidays, we asked if that might be a holiday because it is a Monday. Christmas Eve is the 24th and then the holiday is the 25th. So I know staff greatly appreciates that extra holiday and it'll be a 4-day weekend. So
What would have gotten done here anyway that day?
Nothing.
I didn't say that.
Thanks for your honesty.
A lot of frowns. We would have been sitting around drinking hot chocolate, eating cookies, and
Hoping Jason brought brownies.
Right.
Maybe a little spike of the hot chocolate.
Oh, that's funny.
all right.
I think that's good.
Anything else, council? And since we're not gonna have another meeting, and we'll see each other on the holiday party, but I wanna thank everybody for your commitment, your participation, and, you know, this council and our staff right now is just blowing it out the doors. I mean, people are talking around the community that.
Oh, we heard it again tonight
Yeah.
from the bicycle guy.
Yeah, you know, so us working through things and providing the best for this city is going well, so we're just gonna keep on plugging away and making it happen. All right,